Hey guys! Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today we are building another house from the sitcom Modern Family, and we are going to be building Mitch and Cam's house. So let's get started. So in one of my previous videos, I built Cam and Mitchell's family, which includes Lily. And just like how I built the Dunphy family, I'm kind of starting it off where the series first begins. So I made Lily as like a toddler, as a baby. And then when I was building Cam and Mitch's house here, I was also thinking about, what the house used to look like in the first few seasons. And so I was looking at pictures of Cam and Mitch's house. It's actually quite an interesting building because if you watch the show, you'll know that they only live on like the first floor unit and then they rent out the second floor unit. So I've built out, I guess, the entire building because I'm following the reference pictures, but I really only decorated and like built out the floor plan for the first floor. And I've kind of left the second floor completely blank because I didn't have a lot of reference photos to go from. And so I left it blank. So if you download this lot, you'll see that there's like nothing really on the second floor. I tried my best to recreate from what I've seen on the internet and from the show, of course. So it looks like Cam and Mitch, they live in a 2-bedroom unit on the ground floor. And so there's like their master bedroom, and then there's Lily, who has her own bedroom. I don't believe Cam and Mitch have their own ensuite, so I only built one bathroom for the entire lower floor unit here. So that's just kind of what I've done. And then again, I don't really see any pictures of their backyard and things like that. So there are a lot of elements that I essentially made up on my own based on things I remember from the show and what seemed to make sense. But the front here is, I would say, pretty similar because I followed the pictures. And it's a Mediterranean inspired home, so it has like the red tile roofs, and it also has all this foliage and like greenery on the walls, like vines and things like that. So I tried my best to recreate that with some of the debug items. These vines I mostly took from the Get University debug menu items. So yeah, I mean, it's not like perfect, but again, I just tried my best to recreate the photos. And they didn't have a garage, it didn't seem, so I made like the parking outside, like a driveway, and then that's like the entrance to essentially the backyard. So yeah, I'm a big Modern Family fan. Cam is one of my favorite characters. I think he's adorable and I think he's very funny. And it's very interesting, watching Lily kind of grow up through the series. So Lily is, she's Vietnamese, and she's their adopted child, and they are a gay couple. So I think it's really cool that the sitcom features different types of families, not just your conventional traditional nuclear family. So I really love to see the dynamics of Cam and Mitch's family, and I just think they're a lot of fun. And Lily grows up to be a wonderful little lady. And so here we are moving into kind of like the first room, which is their living room here. So there's the front door. They have the bookcase, and then they have a console. So I think similar to Claire and Phil's house, it's quite colorful, but in a different way. Like Claire's house had a lot of like reds, yellows, and blues, very primary colors, I would say. And Mitch has a lot of like green, brown, so a little bit more neutral in that sense. And yeah, like when I was choosing the furniture and stuff, I was trying to keep it so that it was near the beginning of the seasons. So for example, there was one episode where Cam and Mitch decided to upgrade to a white sofa, even though like they have like a child and a cat, and it's like probably can get dirty. So I didn't use a white sofa here. I chose like one of the original green sofas that they had, but you can definitely switch that out later on. For the family, I also didn't include the white cat that they get later on. So the family that I've created only has Lily, Cam, and Mitch. And I also had trouble like fitting in the double last name. So there's that. But yeah, so the living room here, it's interesting because it's more like a family room because there's no TV in this room. So there's the fireplace, and then usually above the fireplace, they have that black and white portrait of Cam and Mitch. So I wasn't really able to find anything similar. I just tried to find a black and white picture to put on top. And then I also saw in some pictures that there's actually a door like next to the fireplace. I really don't know like where that would go to. I didn't include it because I don't even have room on this lot to add another room there. But there is technically a door there for some reason. I added in a keyboard. Sometimes Cam takes out his keyboard and sings and practices with Lily, who's apparently like a terrible, terrible singer. And then kind of moving on to the kitchen here. The kitchen is pretty bright and yellow. It looks kind of older. They do renovate their kitchen later on in the seasons after it like burns down. But I decided to create like the original kitchen, which has like these older white wooden cabinets. And they also have like a really, really small dining area here, like a little circle table with some chairs. So that's what I did. And then there's a door that leads to the bathroom. And I actually think there are 2 doors to that bathroom because I think there's another door in the hallway. So I think that's what I ended up doing. But yeah, so this is a pretty small kitchen, but it has the fridge, it has the stove, I put in a microwave. So it doesn't have a coffee machine or a tea machine, unfortunately. But you could technically fit that into one of these counters. I just didn't really want to, I guess, because I usually like to leave one counter like not cluttered for your Sims to cook for gameplay. And then I wanted to add some actual clutter items on the other cabinets. So that's why I didn't have room for a machine. But here we have the dining room. So that's like connected to the living room. It's like a big hallway. I like their dining set. I like that they have like a bench on one side. That usually saves a lot of room if your place is not the biggest. So I put in a bench there. Pretty standard like dark wood furniture. I noticed that there's a lot of green walls in their house, so I just kind of continued that. And I mean the archway is green, so I wanted that to blend in a little smoother as well. So I kept most of the rooms here with a green wallpaper. And now I'm finally entering into this other area where it was harder for me to find a reference photo. So I think this other room here is like another living room where there's actually a TV. So I put in a smaller love seat. I have a lamp, and then I have the TV. So yeah, I wasn't able to find too many pictures, unfortunately, so I couldn't decorate it like too much to what it probably actually looks like. Same with the bathroom. I wasn't really able to find a lot of pictures of the bathroom. So I kind of like moved on to Lily's room because there was a picture from when she was a toddler. So here I actually gave her a children's bed. I'm not sure if the toddler can actually sleep in it. Oh no, never mind. I changed it to a toddler's bed. But yeah, later on when she grows up, of course, you would change it to a children's day bed. So I think her bedroom is pretty accurate with the exception that it's not as big, so I couldn't actually fit in as many things. But her room is very girly, pink and purple, and it's really funny because I think Gloria and Jay pay for like a painting on her bedroom wall. It's like them as angels flying above her head. So obviously there's nothing that looks like that in terms of like build items, but it just makes me think of some of the funny stuff that has happened in the show. And here for the bathroom, I kind of made it up on my own. I do kind of remember it being like either a light blue or like green or turquoisey kind of washroom. And because I'm starting this off with a toddler in the family, I made sure to include a bathtub so that you could give your toddler a bath. And as you know, if you only have a shower, you can't clean your toddler in a shower. And finally, we have their bedroom, master bedroom. So again, I wasn't too sure what that looked like either, so I just gave them a simple double bed, 2 nightstands, and a closet. It really didn't have a lot of room for anything else, I'm gonna say. I think I was able to squeeze in a desk in here because Mitch is a lawyer, and then as part of that legal career, you do have to do some work on the computer with the legal files and things like that. So I was able to squeeze it in there, but I think Mitch just usually does his work like in the office. He doesn't really like work at home with his laptop. So I've been able to kind of squeeze everything in there. And then, like I said before, I didn't actually end up decorating the upstairs unit, but I did add some stairs so that, you could decorate that if you wanted to. Yeah, I really didn't like decorate anything else. But moving on over to the backyard here. So this lot, there's lots of space, so I wanted to decorate the backyard and just like put more activities in because I found that the unit downstairs was pretty cramped, especially with Lily. Like Cam likes to do a lot of things with Lily, so here's her like giant princess castle, for example. I made it like a bit bigger so it looks like you can go inside. And then Cam is very festive, so for things like Christmas or Thanksgiving or Halloween, he'll like to do lots of stuff like pumpkin patch. He came from like the farm and like a more rural area, so I wanted to give him some gardening activities, maybe a little like pumpkin patch for the fall. And so I was able to do that because there was so much space in the backyard. So I added a bunch of different activity items, hoping that, of course, Lily will have lots of fun with her two dads. I even added like bicycles, definitely the seasonality box so that the house can be decorated during the different holidays, the barbecue. And so yeah, again, like there was no reference for the backyard, so I'm just doing it based on what I know from the characters and what I thought would be fun. So this is pretty much it, and you can download this lot from my gallery as well as the family and start playing it right away. And next I will be building Jay and Gloria's house and their family, so really excited. Thank you for watching, guys. Toodles!